So, I'm not a funded trader anymore. Finally, the day came that something went wrong inside of the prop firm scene, and a couple of days ago, that day was there. So in this video, we're going over what exactly happened, why it happened, and the lessons I've personally learned from this Black Swan event. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So first of all, what happened? The CFTC charges MyForexFunds with fraudulently taking over 300 million from customers hoping to become professional traders. This is the official claim that is spread out over the internet and basically the most used headline. So first of all, before you can understand all of this, you need to know what the CFTC is first. So the CFTC stands for the Community Futures Trading Commission, and it is an independent agency of the US government that regulates the US derivative markets, which includes futures, swaps, and certain kind of options. Then, without such regulation and regulators, the market participants could be subjected to fraud by unscrupulous individuals and in turn lose faith in our capital markets. Of course, if there is no regulation over the markets, everyone can be on there, everyone can be doing the craziest stuff on there, and then it would not be safe for you to put a lot of money in there to see it as real investments. So that's why there are regulations in place, of course. So the CFTC, basically from the US government, like the SEC, it is just an independent agency that is watching over some rules and regulations that are in place to keep basically everyone happy. So next thing, why is MFF being sued? According to the complaints, and by the way guys, the complaint you can find in the description. I'm not going to go over it completely in this video. A lot of YouTubers have done that already, but if you want to read it for yourself, you can go in the description. But according to the complaints, MyForexFunds supposedly offered retail customers the opportunity to become professional traders by using Trader Global's money to trade against third-party liquidity providers, so brokers, and share in any trading profits. So that's the profit split, right? The 80-20 that they had, or the 90-10 that every prop firm has, by the way. They assured customers that your success is our business and we only make money when you do. Of course, I think everyone knows by now that prop firms don't work this way. At least the new prop firms don't. Of course, the big prop firms that you see in New York City and everything like that, they do work. If you make money, they make money. It's like a legitimate business. It's also real capital. But the prop firms online like MFF and ftmo and everything funded next, basically every prop firm that is out there, they're working with simulated funds. And nothing wrong with that, because their business model is they're making money if you buy the challenges. And I think almost everyone is aware of this, or at least if you're a profitable prop firm trader, you should be aware of this. But the wrong thing is that when you advertise it when this is not the case, like we only make money when you do, and you're trading against third-party liquidity providers. So in reality, Traders Global is not a third-party liquidity provider, and it is the counterparty to substantially all customer trades. So what does this mean directly is that Traders Global is MyForexFunds. So the broker that you are trading against is also MyForexFunds. And I won't be dropping names, but there are a lot of firms out there where this is the case. So what power does this give them? If you are an unregulated broker, you can control your own spreads, you can control your own commissions, and you can basically manipulate the trade as much as possible as you want. So a lot of you guys know that I've practically always traded with MFF, and if you've been following my Instagram, you would have seen that sometimes I would not get tapped in by the pip, or sometimes it would get tapped in way too low or way too high. My stop loss would get rated, while on TradingView there was nowhere near my stop loss. And this is why they just manipulate your positions by opening up those spreads. So the case against MyForexFunds, the complaint also alleges that Traders Global actively minimizes the likelihood that customers trade profitably by using pretext to terminate customer accounts, misleading assessing commissions that reduce customer accounts equity, secretly using specialized software to cause customer orders to be executed at worse prices than appeared to the customer at the time an order was sent. That's just everything that I told you. I've experienced it firsthand. I've never paid too much attention to it because I know this is something in the prop firm space that a lot of prop firms will do. If their best interest is to make you win, of course, because you are their customer, they won't do this to you. So I would say do the most research you can if you work with a prop firm. Make sure they are not doing this to you as well. And handicapping the extremely small number of successful customers to decrease customer profits and increase customer losses. Yeah, so this was also the case. Once you became funded, spreads and commissions were a lot different than during the challenge phase. Unfortunately, this is also true. Now, the complaint alleges Kazmi, he's the CEO, used proceeds from the fraud to purchase luxury homes and automobiles and make tens of millions of dollars in transfers to his personal accounts. So that's the unfortunate part of the quarter, is that He was, if I'm correctly, the solely owner of MyForexFunds, or still is, of course. And he was basically the only shareholder of MyForexFunds. So all of the money that came in went straight to his bank account. He made good use of it. This is very, very similar to the FTX case. It was also a huge Ponzi scheme. And they are now framing this also as a huge Ponzi scheme. The only problem is that this is how the prop firm space is more likely built. So, of course, innocent until proven guilty. The court date is on the 11th of September. This is what you now see if you go to the MyForexFunds website. Traders, yesterday we've learned that without prior notice of discussion, a provincial securities regulator in Canada and a commodities regulator in the United States issued orders preventing us from trading securities and accessing funds in our bank accounts. Until these freeze orders are lifted or modified, our business is effectively and at least temporarily frozen as well. We will be reaching out to the regulators to discuss their concerns, and the first court date to determine whether the freeze orders should be lifted or modified is currently scheduled on September 11th in the US, with another hearing later that same week in Canada. We hope to have this matter resolved as soon as possible and will update this message as events occur. So what this means is basically everything is on hold, everything that is inside of the company is on hold, and whenever their funds are frozen, they can also not pay us. So I had a couple of grand inside of the account waiting for a payout, and now I think that's not going to happen. I think it is just a loss that we have to take. So a lot of people have asked me, is this the end of prop firms? And to be honest, I don't think so. I am not gonna lie, I am saying this maybe 2-3 years already, that this day was going to come, that something was going to happen regarding regulations, regarding prop firms. Just everyone was making so much money. We as traders were making so much money. Prop firms were making tremendously amounts of money. And the government does not let that slide. So the end of prop firms, I don't think so. I would say if your prop firm that you're trading with currently is US or Canadian based, really reconsider your choice and maybe go to an offshore company or go to a company that is located in Europe, purely because if this case gets approved and my forex funds get shut down, worst case, right? So if they are proven guilty, most probably they will also look into the other firms inside of the US and Canada as well. As you guys know, I have a partnership with Funded Next. I'm still busy with the challenges. I will also give you an update on that because I was making a series on that. But they are not located in the United States or in Canada, so I can say you right now that regarding this for now, they are good. And also ftmo is located in Europe. I would say they're also good for now. But as we know, and as history speaks for itself, Europe is always following the US. So if the US is going to make a very big thing about this, Europe will definitely do that too in the future. I would say for the prop firms, they have to make a change in their operations, or at least in their marketing, how they are formulating things, how they are calling the business. Because I think it will be possible to have this kind of business operations, but I just think they need to change their marketing and they need to make it really clear how the business works to their customers. So some lessons to learn also for myself is first of all, diversify. This was something that I wanted to do from the beginning that I started prop firm trading, and I was a profitable trader. But basically I have got so lazy. I've just been focusing on YouTube and everything around that, coaching and around that I just neglected trading a bit. And that is a lesson to learn. I was watching some other videos also from Kimmel Trading, a YouTuber outside that I think is affected by my forex funds. But he also had a video about lessons to learn, and he also said this, and I was like, damn, so more people are having this problem, that they were just seeing prop firm trading as a game. Basically, you're just passing that challenge, you can get paid out, you lose the challenge, it doesn't matter. You just buy another one, and you buy another one, and you buy a new challenge. And if you lose your funded account, doesn't matter. You can always buy a new challenge, right? And even though it costs thousands of dollars, in the end, in the long run, the monetary amount doesn't really matter that much. But what does matter is that you're not building a legitimate track record. So basically, I've not been trading privately for maybe a year right now. I've basically put all my money in prop firm trading, and I was just living out of that. So out of the profits from my forex funds. But now, as you guys know, I started monk mode in September, and the main focus was to up my trading to an incredible level that it wouldn't be recognized anymore from what it is now. And the main focus of that was diversification. I just didn't know that the plan was to really basically kick me to the ground and make sure that I really do the diversification right this time. But that is a lesson to learn. That's a lesson to learn, that diversification is the key. And so if one prop firm goes down, you still have 3 or 4 more to count on. And this will be the same for now, guys. If you are going to be prop firm trading, if you can only buy a 100k account, I would say split it in 3 or 4. with different firms, right? You will always be more safe this way. If you want to, you can use a trade copier tool. It doesn't really matter. And before you're going to ask this, which one I use, there are dozens out there. I personally use Social Trader Tools. It's not a sponsor at all, but I would say just do your own research on that. I only know this one. I would say use that. That would be the key. Diversification, use multiple prop firms, use a trade copier, and just work that way. Then also build your personal account as soon as possible. There's also something that always was when I started trading prop firms, but never basically did it. So right now as we speak, I loaded up some funds on an account and I will keep adding on that account. At least for now, I will not get any profits out of there. I will just let it constantly grow and compound grow and make the account as big as possible. So don't rely on other businesses, minimize as much as possible. As you guys know, trading is a business. And if you can make sure you're not relying on other businesses, or at least like this, right? You're relying solely on another business, then you will always be good in the end. Let's say if you're making bottles, right? And your only customer is Coca-Cola, right? Okay, Coca-Cola is now a very, very big company, but let's say it wasn't, and let's say it goes bankrupt. You just lost your only customer. And what is going to happen to you? You will be the next that goes bankrupt, right? If you're not finding a new customer really quickly, right? So don't rely on other businesses. If you have 3 businesses, you're not relying on any of these 3, because if one goes down, sure, you will feel this, but you still have 2 other businesses that pay you, right? And then bring the focus back to trading. Like I said, I was too busy doing other things. And that's why I also created this monk mode right now in September till the end of the year to focus back on trading. So I'm really focusing on my psychology and really focusing on my trading plan to make it even better and to make sure that it will be improved so that it will be 1% better every single day. Basically right now the game plan is to pass the funded challenges with Funded Next. I will make an update video about this because I had some heavy hitters. In August I didn't trade. No, the account is not blown, but I definitely need to make an update on that. Then I'm also going to diversify into other prop firms and I'm going to build my account. Like I said, I'm already doing that. So guys, I hope this can also teach you something, also give you a bit of a guidance what to do if you're also affected by this. I would say don't be sad about this. See this as an opportunity to strike back and stay strong. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye guys.